Hey, what's up, man? Hey, all the Juggalo boys out here. Yo, it's Cody, dog. Fucking I'm cousin. Everybody be asking me and shit like, yo, you need to tell them Juggalos and shit like, yo, M's your cousin. They used to beef or whatever. And I'm like, yo, that's family shit. We don't talk about that. But, you know me, man, I'm family with both of them because M's my cousin. But I also be down with the clowns and shit because, I used to work at Olga's with them in the mall and shit, man. Just making all them garlic poppers and shit, like the chips. Yeah, dog, we used to, all work there and shit. Then one day they were like, yo, we gonna start a rap group, man. We gonna, make ourselves into clowns and shit and rap. And me and Em were sitting there like, damn, dressing up as clowns and rapping sounds cool as hell, man. And I was like, yo, my cousin M right here, he a good-ass rapper. And they're like, he look like a dumbass. And I'm like, no, man, he ain't no dumbass. He act weird or whatever, but he's a good-ass rapper. But they didn't want to hear that shit, man. So we were like, all right, then, fine then, man. He gonna go on his own, and y'all do what y'all want to do, man. And that made, the back of Olga's, washing all them dishes, awkward as fuck. I'm talking, they come in being like, yeah, we gonna do a show tonight, and be like, yeah, I don't give a fuck, I'm a better rapper than you. Then they be all getting up in each other's faces, being like, swing on me then, bitch, swing on me. A couple times I'm like, Shaggy, man, grab your boy. And he's like, grab your cousin. I'm like, I am Shaggy, but Violent J's bigger than you, and you need to be stronger when you hold him back. I don't want to get my ass whooped by a big-ass clown, man. But then they be coming out with all these tracks and shit being like, no, I'm dissing this motherfucker. Just years later, way after we all got fired from Olga's for fighting all the time. Not my ass. I didn't fight. I just stole. But then they coming out with diss tracks and shit talking about ain't nothing but a bitch thing. At the beginning of that song, man, they be making some bad jokes about my cousin, man. They be talking about his ass and stuff like that. Talking about bad shit. And I don't know who did that impression of my cousin, but he don't like it. And don't want to laugh at shit like that, man. That song come out, got my boy heated, man. I'm talking about he was running around his house like, ooh, dude, I gotta get my pool. And I'm like, which pool? The outdoor one or the indoor one? And M's like, I'm going in both my fucking pools, man. That's how pissed I am at both these fucking clowns.
Ain't nothing but a bitch thing.
Yeah.
Welcome, everyone, to the 6th episode of the Juggalo Rewind podcast, Season 5. I was just telling someone how much I hate when you do. I literally just said, I hate in capital letters when Chris does that.
I've been making the videos, and I just have that Bundy popping up just saved. It always usually hits about the same time.
Well, I mean, that's okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm Peter. That's Chris. What is going on, Chris?
Oh, we are in the heart of the Juggalo holiday season. We're in double digits, as we said, of October, which means it's just full-blown Juggalo nonsense all day. You got Halloween movies on whenever you want on TV. You got football kicking good. It's the best time. Oh, it's like the best time of the year, as they say.
Who says that?
Mr. Monoxide Child, I believe, is singing it.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Anyways.
Yeah. You?
Same old shit. Yeah, it's fine. It's all good. It's almost Halloween. We got a lot of stuff going on, which we will talk about later.
Yeah.
But for right now, we will welcome everyone and remind everyone who we are and why we're here.
Cue Scott Hall.
Yeah. We are the Juggalo Rewind podcast, and we go track by track.
Comic by comic.
No. Comic by panel, if we have to, of all of your favorite Juggalo albums and tomes. Whether you're a longtime fan, a new Juggalo, or not even a fan, I bet there'll be something here for you. You'll find
maybe you're a Slim Shadyite. What's his fans called?
I don't know, because
Stans. Maybe those became a whole definition of what they are.
That is true. I'll say I don't know if they have a name because there's just 100 million of them. Yeah. So they're just called citizens of Earth.
They're called the entire Metro Detroit population.
They're called humans. So yeah, maybe we'll get some Eminem fans.
Yeah, hopefully.
That would be good. Whatever. That'll be fine. We'll see how that goes. Anyways, no matter your affiliation on whatever side of 8 Mile you reside on, there's something here for you. If you're new, I don't know why you're starting with Ain't Nothing But a Bitch Thang, but
maybe maybe someone just enjoys a good diss track. They would come and check it out.
True.
Yeah.
But you should probably go back and listen to all of our other nonsense, whether it's starting from the beginning of this season or going back into the archives.
Way back.
Underground, into all of our past seasons. This season, as we've alluded to, we are talking about the Pendulum comic by Chaos Comics and the Insane Clown Posse, and the CD series that came along with it.
Yes.
Can't wait.
It's been good so far. It's been a fun ride.
So far, it's been something.
You know, it's weird doing this season compared to others.
That we're doing a comic book?
That as well. But like usually you have a kind of a flow you could feel throughout the album, where this is really all over the place. I mean, some of the previous ones kind of, even most tasteless, kind of all over the place, but not on this level of each week is completely different. This
is literally, I guess we haven't really talked about that, but yeah, we're literally just talking about singles.
Yeah.
We're not, there's no cohesion of, that flowed. Maybe we'll talk about that at the end, like the order of them, but yeah, no, there's no underlying story. There's no nothing.
No connection to the comics yet. Maybe soon.
I don't know.
Spoiler.
His dick did stand up like a Tucson cactus.
It's true.
From Wichita, Massachusetts, right?
I didn't know how gruesome and ruthless Wichita is until I read this comic book.
Well, obviously. Yeah, I don't know. I was also thinking after last week, one of the guys robbing the people was in a Slipknot, and then they're from Iowa, not from Kansas. But I wonder if that was just a
diss to Slipknot because they hated him at the time,
or because they were like in the Midwest.
Stabbed them all in the face. That's why they wear masks.
Thank you. All right, we got to jump right into this. We got a lot to talk about this week. Usually we have numerous bits. I mean, do we want to dive into it, or do we just want to wait?
Which one?
Well, we have to do YouTube. I don't think we have anything else. I can't believe we didn't talk about this, so we'll talk about it right now.
Okay.
Usually we don't talk about it during the episode, but this episode was kicked off by a voicemail.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't talk about I'm sorry.
No,
I meant to talk to you about this. I totally forgot. I was going to say we could do
this one is like an luminary. Otherwise it's just our, fans and listeners. This is a luminary calling in.
You said, well, A, the luminary is a fan. So, but B, all of our fans are luminaries to us.
Yeah, I, of course, love each and every one of them.
We've got one in
These are my people, the people. If there are people listening out there.
We got one or two in the chamber from people that never called in.
There's some goodies.
Yeah, so we got some stockpile, but we'll talk about how you can call later on. But this week we got, are we going to pull the curtain all the way back? No.
No, just Cody from the Wayne County Life crew.
I meant to wear my Wayne County Life shirt today. Damn it. That's what.
I had a hoodie too I could wear.
I thought about it and then totally forgot.
Well, we got a big week if you're watching at home. Hopefully this will be up before the game. I've been good. I'm catching up. Everyone
before the game. That's actually really funny.
But we got a big week for the Paul Bunyan Trophy here in the state of Michigan. So I'm ready, willing, and able. Got my shirt on. Anyways, go on.
Yeah. Yes. So Cody from the Wayne County Life dropped this little voicemail, and if you haven't followed them, please give them a follow on all social media. I think it's just Wayne County Life, right?
LYFE.
We'll put the links for everything in there, but Cody is Eminem's cousin.
Yes, and he's a little upset with what the Clowns had to say, and he's a big fan of the Clowns.
Yeah, he's torn.
Yeah, torn.
Man, I always repost it. I don't think I did it on the Rewind last year, but he's got one or two strictly Juggalo videos that Uncle Terry's House of Garage.
The House of Garage?
I always do.
The Garage of Horrors, you mean?
No, but he says the House of
Garage.
Does
he? Oh, I don't remember him saying that.
Welcome to Uncle Terry's House of Garage.
The garage where he had all the characters in it was great. Was that last year, maybe?
Yeah.
And the Aunt Kathy's Haunted Minivan.
Yes.
Another good one.
So there was another one before that. where he was like out on someone's porch.
Yeah.
But that doesn't strike me as much as all the other ones.
No.
But yeah, we'll repost all of those.
Well, hopefully, he said he might maybe make a stop and appearance in the spooky basement, so in the studio. So maybe you'll get to see some studio footage.
We're going to get to watch him paint his face.
I hope.
The cute little dog nose. It's like a touching his nose. Oh, so those are all really good. Thank you to Cody.
Yeah, for chiming in.
Yeah.
Kicking it off here this week.
Oof, that was a good one. I heard that and I was fucking floored. So yeah, that's our voicemail of the week. I don't think. You want to go through YouTube? Do we have enough time?
Do we save it for next week?
I don't know if we save it for next week. We'll save it for the week after.
Well, maybe we see how this one goes and then
plug it back in.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. Yeah, we don't need all of our bets. We got important business to do this week and next week.
That's right.
You always catch when I look and then you look.
I feel like someone's there.
I can see right through you. Yeah, let's just get right to it this week. We have enough nonsense here, so we should jump right in before the battery on my computer dies. As we said, we go track by track through Juggalo albums, and this week we are talking about Ain't Nuttin' But a Bitch Thing.
Bitch Thing, baby. You know what? We should point out here? We are a full year into the pendulum as this one is dropping.
Yes, because the first one was December of 99, right?
So, quite interesting as we'll get to it, you know, what's been happening throughout the world and throughout the Juggalo community. We are a full year now, full calendar year in of Kilgore and his most tasteless demons wreaking havoc on the world.
And yet it was only like 2 weeks in their time.
Yeah.
Oh, I also have a bone to pick with you.
With me?
Yeah. I don't know if it should go here or... I guess I can wait until the end. It's not a big deal. Anyways.
Sneak up on me with it.
I'll have to write it down. I'll put it in our notes when you're babbling on about something. Okay.
Yeah.
So, we're talking Ain't Nuttin' But a Bitch Thing,
Baby.
which we've determined on the actual single, it's called Ain't Nuttin' But a Bitch Thing, right? Is bitch X'd out?
On the single itself?
Yeah.
No, it's fully spelled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it also edited in other places.
Yeah.
But then some places, the name is totally different, which we'll talk about in a second. Producer on Ain't Nuttin' But a Bitch Thing, we assume Mike Clark?
I mean, technically, whoever made No Vaseline by...
yeah, but they don't use the exact beat. Isn't it a redo?
No, it's the same exact beat.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it had a little more pep to it.
No, I maybe they bumped up some stuff, but it's definitely the same beat.
All right. Well, then...
It was produced by Sir Jinx.
All right.
From the Lynch Mob.
Sam's cat? Oh, not cat. Her dog is named Jinx.
Oh, it seemed like it'd be a cat. That's funny then.
Now I feel bad for not knowing. No, her cat is Frank.
That's good.
Her dog is Jinx. She has a tattoo of the dog.
Yeah.
And she points at the dog and makes it look and say, that's you. So
I think she got it before he's gone. I got to get my dog tattooed on me still.
Every time that she posts a picture, it's you in capitals. Time on this track, a very long 4 minutes and 31 seconds. Yeah. Track number 6, as we talked about, through the Pendulum series. So it was the 6th comic that came out, but it's also the 6th song on the Pendulum
Tome.
That's a new me.
Just waiting, I could tell. On the CD collection that came out.
Pendulum collection, yes.
And if you can't get more, you can't get enough of Ain't Nuttin' But a Bitch Thing, you can find it also on Forgotten Freshness 3.
Mm-hmm. We can find a lot of these Pendulum tracks, by the way.
Yeah, might as well be called Forgotten Pendulum 3.
Forgotten Pendulum.
I like the Cryptic Collections were like VIP and Halloween or whatever. This should have just been Forgotten Freshness comic.
The second one was just a Forgotten Mr. Bones album.
And then, so that's called Nuttin' But a Bitch Thing.
Yeah. I wonder why they removed the ain't.
Maybe it couldn't fit on the
Maybe
back.
they just forgot what it was called.
Pretty positive that's closer. And that came out a year later.
Yeah.
So Forgotten Freshness 3 came out in December of 2001.
That's right.
And then this song was also on the Dark Carnival action figure EP.
That feels like that's a little rarity, right? You don't see that pop up too much.
That's what you said last week, and I don't recall. I mean, I recall. I think it's a rarity because there's something. There may not be a lot of something, but if there's no demand for it, I don't think people are.
Not a lot of people are out buying it. It just.
But
I kind of want the little figs, little Barbie doll figs that came with it.
All right. I assume that's the full title on that one too.
Yeah.
Also, ain't nuttin.
Nuttin.
But a bitch.
There's a lot of nuttin going on in this album. That's for sure.
There is. Because, whatever. I'm gonna stop.
It's all about Dre. It's all about Dre.
There's so much going on in this. Okay. As we do.
Yeah.
So that's the song, right?
That's the
no
song.
other note.
Yep.
I mean, no. I can't even begin. I just see everything in this song is draining my fucking spirit already.
I'm kind of excited for this little trip down memory lane.
So the features, it's ICP, but Jamie Madrox is on this song.
Yeah, I forgot to put him in there. That's a good call.
I mean, I guess it's him. Come one, come all, come to my show. I don't think I recorded that before. There's so much funny shit. Not really. It's very disturbing.
But we should have started off before anything. This track, this episode, I'm just going to preface it by saying it was a different time. Because there's going to be a lot of shit.
This is a definition of a different time.
We've said it before a few times. This entire track, this entire episode, this entire time in history was a different time. I'm going to let everyone know that right now.
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't think shit like this would fly today. But maybe it would. It shouldn't, but I wonder if they would stop themselves or anyone else would.
Oh, yeah. They don't do that anymore. Like, at least on that level for sure.
That's what
Neither of them, Eminem or ICP, when it comes to.
Wait till you see my diss track on Cluner. We have some listeners who are Cluner fans.
You have some co-hosts who are Cluner fans. See, he's coming to town, like you said. He's got a show coming up.
He's coming to town because he lives in Farmington.
He's got a show coming up a couple weeks here.
That's at Smalls or something, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not Smalls,
no,
the other one.
There's just some ship bar in Hamtramck, yeah. Jumbos or something. It'd be a good time. Let's go.
Is that where me and you went before Sanctuary?
No, we went to for the not Bronx, Bumbos.
Bumbos.
Which is, if you're coming to town for in a couple weeks here, Fright Fest, Hollywicked, hit up Hamtramck. I don't want to give it away because it's such a great bar, but Bumbos in Hamtramck is the best vibe you'll ever have at a bar. Jack White even showed up one time I was there. He walked in with a couple of buddies and hanging out.
All right.
But it's like when you visualize the bar in Goodfellas when they stab Joey Bats, just kill him. It's like that. It looks like that bar. It's just got glowing red light of the big Bumbo sign in there. Everything's just a glowing red, and it's dark and dingy, and there's a little pool table. It's a beautiful place.
It is. It's a nice one.
Sorry, getting derailed again before we even get in.
No, it's all good. I forget what we were talking about.
The year 2000?
I don't think. Oh, just how
Cluner. We were talking about Cluner. How you love him.
Talking about Cluner. The last video, I could totally tell where it was. Like usually I can't.
Yeah.
But the one where he's Michael Jackson, I 100% know right where that was.
He was at Twin Peaks in one of them, which is funny.
Yes, that's not. That's not in Farmington. Yeah.
We went there for like UFC with your bar.
Yeah, we did.
For
You're right.
Brock Lesnar with your buddies.
Sure, that wasn't Punk. That was Lesnar.
Oh yeah, Punk, not Lesnar.
Yeah, that's not Novi. That's Livonia.
He's creeping into my territory. I'll accept him.
He's a shithead asshole.
Give him the key to the city.
He's stupid.
Escape. All the noises he makes.
Anyways, how did we get on Cluner?
I don't know.
He was at the Gathering a couple years ago.
Performing?
Yes.
Main stage?
Anyways. Yeah, I have no idea how we got to Cluner.
I don't remember, yeah.
Anyways, it's a different time, is what we were starting to say. That
amazing rappers from the city of Detroit.
Yes. Why couldn't you talk about ICP, Eminem, and Cluner? So, this was a different time.
Yeah. Oh, that's how we get. That's where we were.
This was brutal in the commentary that they have here, but we're gonna plow our way through it and
just like Dre's plow.
Stop. We can't do this. But first, before we get into the song, we are going to talk about what was going on in the month of December.
Our final month of 2000.
Yes.
No more the year of 2000.
The final year of the century.
Yeah.
Because the century contains the end year.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't turn in 99 to 2000.
No.
It was from 2000 to 2001.
But that's when all computers are about to crash.
Well, that's
as
a
we
different
knew.
story.
Yeah.
But anyways, so the last year of the century, last month of the century, December 2000.
That's
Let's see
right.
what was going on in pop culture.
Let's see.
Top movies: How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
That's
2 weeks in a row.
The creepy Jim Carrey one.
That's got to be.
Yeah, well, that one's frightening.
What Women Want.
That's where Mel Gibson could like read women's minds.
Yes.
Talk about a different time.
Yeah, Mel Gibson and Helen Hunt, and I saw that movie in the theaters.
Oh, look at
100%.
I seen it like randomly on TV, bits and pieces. I don't think I've ever seen the whole thing.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I
You know
like-
what? Your next one here I've never seen, which is a travesty.
I've seen that. I was about to talk about how I have a crush on Helen Hunt,
Oh.
but we can skip that.
You have same mindset of Mel Gibson? Is that what you're about to say?
Talk about a different time. The next one,
Yeah.
top movie for 2 weeks in a row, Castaway. You've never seen Castaway?
No, that's like a big one I've never seen.
That's pretty big. It's not as big as like other ones you haven't, but
Shawshank Redemption I've never seen.
that's a big one.
Remember how long it took me to get to the two Godfathers? That
I was
one
about to say,
forever.
I can't believe that you've even seen those. Yeah, Castaway pretty big. So that ruled the roost for 2 weeks and beyond
And beyond.
because it was top one for further than that.
Ooh, maybe we'll see it next week then, huh?
That'd be 2 months from now. I don't know. That'd be a long time. Singles. Top
Yeah.
single of this entire month.
The whole month.
Independent Woman.
Woman.
Independent Woman by Destiny's Child.
Which precursor, it will be an independent woman because this is Beyonce about to blow up and take off here.
Yeah. Albums. The top albums of the month of December of 2000 were number 1 by the Beatles.
That's like their greatest hits collection.
Yeah, I
that-
believe so.
I feel like that's like what got me into them. Like that was like one of those times where like, you know, them old artists that they pop up with a collection like that and a whole new generation
Yeah.
jumps on board. That's kind of, I feel like, where I got on the Beatles was the one album.
I still haven't. So.
Oh, man, they're good.
And then Black and Blue by the Backstreet Boys.
This is like tail end Backstreet. They're probably starting to fall off.
No. This has got to be their, maybe not their first, but probably their second. Ask Mike. You know, he was jerking his boy at this time.
Jerking his boy.
The Backstreet Boys. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they were falling up. Never mind. We'll be talking about that in the very near future.
Okay.
What was going on in the world of professional wrestling?
One of our favorites.
Kurt Angle is your WWF champion.
It's good. Good era.
Good era. He defended his title in the 6-man Hell in a Cell.
That was the one where Rikishi got chokeslammed off the top.
Yeah, landed on the giant bale of hay.
But still, that's a crazy bump backwards off
go
that.
backwards, yeah.
And he had to fit in between the... It's a big boy.
Yeah, that could have gone horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Good job, Oos.
Oops.
And then Scott Steiner, when you flip the channel, is your WCW
Holler if you
champion.
hear me. He's got his pit bulls and everything. Probably me and the tiger by then.
Got chainmail, and we're getting dangerously close to the end of WCW. And then if you got it on your TV, Steve Corino is your ECW
Also
champion.
getting dangerously close to the end of ECW here.
Yeah, that's the nail is getting firmly placed in the coffin.
I feel like he gets enough respect now, but that Carino run, a little underrated. Back then, he dyed his hair beach blonde and
Yeah.
was bleeding everywhere and
Carino's
fighting
sweet.
Dusty Rose and stuff.
That was a good era.
Yeah.
So, not a lot going on in wrestling, so I just decided to say our champions.
Yeah.
Local sports, we have Michigan basketball losing 3 in a row. Now I understand what my notes mean. I should read them earlier. Michigan basketball lost 3 in a row in the non-conference.
Oh, jeez. That's bad.
And then 4 wins before conference action. So I guess in their 7 non-conference
Yeah,
games,
they
they
had
lost
3 and
3 and
4.
won 4. And just to remind us, the 2 best players on that team, because this is Michigan basketball of 2000. If you are local and you remember, this was horrendous times.
Yeah.
Your best 2 players are Lavelle Blanchard and Catholic Central's own Chris Young.
I don't remember Chris Young. I remember Lavelle Blanchard.
Chris Young is like 6'10", real skinny
Yeah.
white kid, blonde hair.
This is Tommy Amaker era? No, not yet.
Maybe.
Yeah.
If it's not, it's dangerously close.
Yeah, Dark Days. Soon, though. Not soon. Fucking still a long way still. We get resurrected by...
Yeah, you got a good fucking 8 or 10 years at least before that happens, if not 12. Yeah. The Detroit newspaper strike ends.
Yeah, I remember we had a no scab paper sign on our front lawn during the whole thing.
100% could see that. And then
you get the Oakland Press instead. Pacaputo, if you're local, was writing all our sports sections back then.
No wonder your sports takes are so terrible. That's what you grew up with. And then in the national news, a word that came into prominence, the hanging Chad.
Yeah, it's still referenced nowadays. For the young folks out there who don't know, why don't you fill them in with the hanging Chad is?
You want me to?
Yeah, you're the newscaster here.
All right. Oh yeah, you're the Juggalo newscaster. So, at the time during the vote, the presidential election, theoretically, you would it's like a Scantron. You put your little ticket in, and it would punch out the hole for who you voted
depending
for.
on your state, some scan it, but this one punched it out. Florida, stupid shit they do down there.
Of course. And the Chad is the little piece of paper that gets displaced. So if you have a hole, it's the little circle that falls out. They were getting stuck on the paper and not counting all the votes.
Yeah, because they're doing the hand recount because it was so close. So they remember the pictures of like the people holding it up to the light trying to see because it's like dangling. They're like, is that what they really meant to vote?
So you're saying that they had to recount a vote?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was down to, it was like a couple hundred, if that. It was like insanely close.
But I don't know what I was just going to say. I can't.
You know what was good? Did you ever see the recount movie on HBO about that?
No.
That was kind of fun. No, okay, we're moving along.
No, I never have. I was going to make a joke about how you've seen that, but not Castaway.
I think Woody Harrelson plays like one of the campaign managers or something. It's been a while, but those old HBO movies are good. Like the Rat Pack one, that was fun. Had Ray Liotta playing Sinatra in it.
I can see that.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I've never seen that.
Got the DVD you could borrow.
Oh, thank you. All right, so that's what was happening in the news, in the real news.
Now the news. I forgot to say at the beginning.
Well, we probably already plugged it in by now. The quality on that clip is horrible. I'm going to have to redo it, but that's okay.
Maybe that's what fucked it up last week.
I think I know. Yeah, whatever. I'm still...
Get your JJ McCarthy Zen on. Sit down a little cross-legged up against the pole down here and Zen out like JJ. Feel cool.
I'm going to kick back and let you talk about the Juggalo news and try to push you along.
Okay. Well, this one's timely for what we're discussing. In the Juggalo world, in early December, Chaos Comics releases the trade paperback Volume 1 of The Pendulum and the third poster in the series of Pendulum posters.
So the trade paperback is 1 through 5?
Yeah.
No, 1 through 6?
You would think it'd be, yeah, it was 12. So maybe it was 6 was involved in this. We'll get to that at the end of the season.
Like it came out at the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the second one never came out.
Yeah. At least that's what I've gathered.
I wonder what the poster was. The cover of the trade, which I don't know what that is.
I thought it was the first 3 issues had covers. No, because the first poster was Ups and Downs of Wicked Clowns. Second poster, we'll have to get to that when we get to the merch. But yeah, the third poster was released in the Chaos series. I never had any of those.
Yeah, no, they're all stupid.
Someone just texted us how they were dying to get the third Pendulum on as a poster. Like,
that. You're a good brother. Thanks for writing in. We appreciate you.
On 12/19, we had a couple big things happen. Born Twisted released on VHS.
It's a good
on 12/19. That's still one of my favorites.
Why are we talking about Twisted? No, I'm just kidding.
Turn into Jim Ross for a second. And then on 12/19, the Big Ballas Christmas Party.
Oh, man.
Happened at the shelter. You had that one? 2000 Big Ballas?
Keep talking, and I'll get back to that.
Just a mere 4 days later, Big Blaze is off Psychopathic Records.
Oh, which time?
This is the first time, I believe. Right? 2000? Yeah.
I can't keep track.
Go back to the Blaze interview. We discussed that a little bit. And then on 1/12 was Ray Day, where you were asked to go out and purchase another copy of Bizarre Bazaar to give to a non-Juggalo to try to convert them to the Dark Carnival.
And if
missionary work, have you?
Speaking of missionary work, what about that Dr. Dre?
It's all about Dre. It's all about Dre.
What day was the Christmas party, by the way?
12/19.
Thank you.
A year ago, aka 6 episodes ago, we discussed the 1999 one you were at with, which is Ryda's performing.
Yeah, we talked about that at the first episode?
Yeah.
We must have. Okay, so, yeah, we're getting all over the place here, but Christmas party of 2000, I have ICP playing and Harm's Way open.
Oh, man.
That's all I have. It was at the shelter, and my notes for recollection is me going with our buddy Tom, who I've recently been talking to, hanging out with, which is crazy. I don't know if he listens. He probably doesn't.
He sounded interested.
I tried to get him to, but...
Tell him to rate, review, and subscribe.
I tried to. He listens to podcasts on, like YouTube.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, here it is.
Yeah.
But I don't think he does, like, Spotify or Apple or anything.
Well, we're there for him. Just a little slow sometimes.
Ragtag bunch of people that only Rex would remember. Brett, you never met Brett.
No.
His big Red Wings fan.
He's a big Red Wings fan.
Anne from Philly.
I remember her, yeah.
And I put etc. because I think, I don't remember if like Bobby Shields or Rex or whoever. I just remember we packed, no shit, like 5 or 6 people in my car in my Grand Prix. And I think Anne was laying across the 3 people in the back seat.
I once did that after a high school party and someone behind me puked on my back.
I was going to say, you did that at Rack's wedding when I had to drive home. I was just telling someone about that, too. We packed 6 people in my car.
You didn't even know that because it was pitch black walking back to the car. All of a sudden, you look in your rearview, there's 2 people in there.
That boy was big, boy.
Yeah, he's a scary man. Luckily, he always liked me.
I didn't tell you that I thought his girlfriend stole something out of my car, did I? I wasn't about to fucking tell him.
What'd you steal?
That doesn't matter. But
it doesn't matter.
But it's like she dropped her earrings and I found them and brought them to them the next morning.
I remember that part, yeah.
Yeah, that big fucker in my car. Goddamn, pal.
He's an ex-Marine, I think.
Oh, yes, sir. So, yeah, that was my Christmas party. I don't remember much other than we talked about this last week. I remember me and Ann were laughing because Jay straight up did the Mr. Happy dance. He just like puts his 2 fingers in the air and just does that.
So he did it at 3-Headed Monster. We went. Big fan of that.
20 years later, he's still doing the Mr. Happy dance. So, yeah, that's all I remember about that. But it occurred.
It occurred. Did you participate in Ray Day?
I have the Ray Day CD. That's what I was going to say.
The DVD or the CD-ROM?
Yes.
Yeah. I watched it a while back when I got that external CD drive for my computer.
I still have it. So, yeah, that's what I started to say before I was rudely interrupted.
What? I didn't.
That you did that. You bought a CD, you gave it to someone, but then you took the receipt and sent it in, and they sent you a prize.
Yeah.
Which was a CD-ROM that had, like, the Shaggy Show and a
gathering Juggalo trivia on it, and, like, photos, which there's some cool stuff on there. The Shaggy Shows was the best part of it, for sure.
Which is funny, because there was an entire gathering trivia CDR separate from that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have that.
Where'd that come from?
I have no idea. But it's got like, just like the shitty maroon color. That's the only thing I can remember. So, all right. Is that all that you have in the Juggalo
Yeah.
world?
A little short month.
If I could go back half a second. We didn't talk about last week that in the fall of 2000, I saw Pearl Jam at the Palace.
Oh. You here for Pearl?
Are you here for Pearl? No park. You here for Pearl? Oh, $27.
You just turned into a Zod.
I mean, that's what the guy sounded like.
Here for Pearl.
Yeah, Pearl Jam at the Palace. That's top right. I always try to make a note.
You know what I was at, I think? It might have been next month. It might have been January. No, I think it was December of 2000. I was at A&X Stole Christmas, unless that was earlier in the year. But
that's usually early in December. Not too early, but...
Yeah, Stole Christmas. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I was saying it might have been 99, but no, it was 2000. So that's where I was at. I seen Offspring, Cypress Hill, the Dandy Warhols.
That's a random...
I forgot who else. PX, maybe?
Is that like your first concert?
It It's up there. I mean, I was at that Kid Rock one we were discussing. My very first one was the Get a Grip World Tour at at the Palace.
Me too. So, all right.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So now here we are.
Oh,
and nothing but a bitch thing.
Now we got to do it.
Yeah. Just like Dre.
Now we got to do the thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we are talking. Ain't nothing but a bitch thing.
Baby. I don't know why I keep doing that.
Yeah, there's nothing.
It's not even in the song.
Do you have to talk about why the song came up? Like, do you need to do all the feud history?
Yeah. Should we do that before we get into...
I would assume so, because that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just very quickly, this song is a diss to Eminem.
Yeah.
By ICP. It's a love letter with a big fuck you attached to it. And we could quickly go through...
How we got here?
Yes.
Yeah.
You seem to like doing this, so...
I like history. That's what we're here. We're Juggalo historians. And for all the young kids out there, they might not know why this feud happened. So...
They'll be like, there's a feud? Is Eminem on Magic Ninja?
So, Eminem feud history I have written down here. It all began... We'll go way back to 12/10/97. Eminem, Slim Shady. I mean, I think they probably had scuffles before that, but in 97... 12/10, Eminem releases there's a release party for Slim Shady EP, and on the flyer for that, this is something they would do back in the day, artists of the time. They'd hand out a flyer and say who all was invited to, locally to see. People would see this flyer and be like, oh, look at these names on here. So
I put my computer to sleep because I don't need to read your notes. I like listening to you like I am a viewer. So,
the Slim Shady EP release party was at the Viper Room in Detroit.
That's weird. I always thought this was...
I thought it was St. Andrews.
You mean his release part? Okay.
Yeah, for the Slim Shady EP. So he had a list of also invited in the house. And fourth one on the list was ICP, followed by Kid Rock, followed by the Goon Squad.
No fly zone.
But more importantly, going back, this show was $5. No, $3 to get in. 18 and up. Doors open at 9 p.m. That's a very local Detroit hip-hop show.
Doors at 9,
open at 9, But here's what you're seeing for $3. You got Slum Village, Proof, 5 Ella, Elzai, House of Crazies, The Ruckus, and then a few others I don't know after that. But you have all those with Eminem for $3. Could you imagine hitting that show in 97?
At his release party.
Yeah.
Did they all actually play?
Well, it says appearances and performances by, so...
Maybe not.
You don't know for sure, but even if they did a song or two, like even if a few of those shows where a lot of names are on there, they come on to a couple songs for $3, that's your lineup. But
now I'm looking to just see who else has played the Viper Room in Detroit. Oh my God, it was on Harper? Can't imagine.
So that's the first inkling of Jay being upset was his name being on the flyer, because... He said, you didn't tell me. If you come and tell me, invite me. He said this in later interviews, that'd been fine, but just to put my name on the flyer, that's a bitch move, as he said.
Yeah, I don't know.
I get it if it's like ICP's here, they're going to perform, but when you look at this flyer that time, it was like...
You obviously know that all 10,000 of those people aren't going to be there.
Yeah.
It is a way to... I get their point, that like... But no one saw that and picked out their names and said, oh, ICP is going to be there, I'm going to be there.
Right.
Like, if they did, it was like 3 people. Mm-hmm. It's not like you're selling that they're going to perform and then you got 1,000 fans and then they're not there. Like,
yeah, it's kind of a stretch to make that your reasoning. Yeah. Especially, like I said, you're looking at it, you have the performers and appearances in the top left corner of this flyer, and then at the bottom has the also invited in the house. And then the funniest part is at the very end, it has like all radio people and DJs and all Detroit hip hop crews and you. Like it has all these names and ends with that. Like,
does anyone think that maybe that was all right? 2 things. Was that something at the time that a lot of people did?
Yeah, I think so. And I think it was to try to get people just like eye the flyer, like, oh, look at all these names. Maybe it's like something to go to.
He's popular with these people,
right?
Or is he fucking smart for doing it?
Yeah, I mean, I know.
I don't know.
I think it's just of the time. Funny thing too, going through it, some of the names like Who was it?
When was
DJ
it?
Chill Will.
DJ Chill Will was the DJ for the Disregard.
Yeah, he was on that list.
What was the date on this?
Was it 12/10/97.
Okay. That's okay. Gotcha.
No DJ K Nice. K Stone is on the list.
Or K Fresh.
No K Fresh. There is the one I'm looking at is so blurry. I have another one that's better. There's someone called Paul Bunyan who was invited. Do you think he just raps about the Paul Bunyan trophy?
It's just a Michigan State diss track.
Yeah. But anyways, we don't want to get too in the weeds on that.
So yeah, ICP was on his flyer saying that they may be there or they are invited guests.
Yeah. And then, so that's 97. A couple years later, M started to blow up. He was interviewing the Free Press, and they asked him about ICP, and he says that they're not real rappers. Go on.
I don't know. I don't want to be negative.
Yeah.
I know our fan base. I know I've been told that we can't shit on the product.
Yeah.
Who was just talking to me about that? Nick Howard was talking to me. Like, he's still listening to Most Tasteless.
He's ever shit on too much?
Well, no. But I just in that season, I think we may have been like more negative about some of the product in a joking fashion.
Yeah.
He gets it, but I just said like, "Well, are you listening?" He's like, I called him, and he's like, "Oh, you were just in my ear. I was just listening to you." And I'm like, "Were we talking about Jamie's dick?" And he's like, "Actually, yes, you were." So,
I mean, that was the underlying theme throughout that whole season.
yes.
So
I'm sorry. My point was that people reminded us not to be so negative, although I think it's all lighthearted.
yeah.
For you to, and this is going to come up, and I'm going to try not to fucking harp on it. The sentence that you just said, and it's going to come up again. Eminem started to blow up. That is the
It's a fact though. He's 99.
I understand, but
this rocket is
sailing. But that's like saying, I know you're not saying
Yeah.
this, but people may not understand how fucking big he is.
Oh yeah, not even yet. I mean, he becomes something that's another
astronomical.
realm. Yeah.
It's not like, and I'll wait. I'll wait. But it's funny how it's construed at the time. But
99, Slim Shady LPs hitting or about to hit, whatever. He's got My Name Is coming out, blah blah. Freezing the Free Press, saying that they asked him about ICP and Kid Rock and all that. I think he says that ICP is not talented, some along those lines, not real rappers. And then I seen a note of him being on Mancow. I could not find that interview. But I did find him on Stern in like May of 99, March, something like that. And Stern brings up ICP and he says, "I hate those guys. They're a bunch of phony stuff." And Stern's like, "Oh, I can't believe this." That was their shock. So then, it must have been March or February, because then ICP on March 7th on the Juggalo show puts the track Slim Anus out.
So that was the first shot.
Yeah.
Musically.
Yeah. Which is not technically a diss. I would say it's more of a sketch or something. How would you even describe it? Because it's like a parody of sorts.
It's a song.
Because it has like the original song playing and then just Madrox cutting in with his little voice over parts.
Yeah, no, it's a...
Yeah, but he doesn't redo the whole song. It's just like bits and pieces he's plugged in.
Yeah.
But...
No, it's just something I'm seeing in your reflection of your spooky dungeon.
So that's spring, early, winter of 99. Then summer of 99, Eminem releases a track, Got You Mad. And he has a line on there that says, Lesson 5, he's giving people like tips on how to get signed and all this. And it's Lesson 5, get a hookup at Jive, dress up like ICP, and have them come see you perform live. Don't know if that's even considered a diss.
I never even heard that.
I just found that today.
That's so funny. Is that that's like a song?
Yeah, which I think they put out. I think it wound up on like a retrospective Slim Shady LP set. It's just some random track from like summer of 99.
Now I want to find that.
Yeah, we'll plug it in. Maybe, I don't know.
Right?
Here.
Yeah.
So that.
Is that supposed to be a play on like the 10 Crack Commandments, or like
kind
you know
of,
what I mean,
yeah.
or is it just his own?
He has disses, like he has more blatant disses in there to other people, but the ICP one to me just seems kind of like a reference. But if they're in the middle of feuding at this time,
yeah. Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
It says Lesson 5: get a hookup at Jive, dress up like ICP, and have them come see you perform live. And my thought, it was almost more of a diss at like Twisted and House of Crazy, because he knew them, he opened for them.
Oh no, that's before even. I would take that as Jive is so shitty that they don't even know what they have, and you just dress up like ICP and they'll sign you.
Yeah, I guess when I first was listening to it, I was thinking have ICP come see you perform live, but that makes sense. Dress up ICP.
And like Jive. So
yeah, you're not an actual talented, you're just in a costume and Jive signed you. That makes more sense. Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't kind of make sense at all.
Yeah, it's not really a diss. It's more of like a reference, I think. Anyways.
Also, can I just go back for a second? The Slim Shady LP came out in February of 99.
I can't believe it was that long
So
ago.
this is December of 2000.
Yeah.
He is fucking... Like, he is not blowing up right now. Like,
it's upward. I mean...
The trajectory is like this.
It's fast, yeah. But it's a few years before he becomes like... he's in the mix on MTV and all that in 2000 for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he is the... It'll come up later.
So,
I'm sorry.
As we're discussing, like, he's getting big, more some shady EP. This to me, like, looking back, is kind of crazy. Where ICP, like, it's gonna sound shitty, but like ICP, where they're pretty big. But like for Eminem's second sophomore album, Marshall Mathers LP, everyone's wanted this to come out after that first one. All these people who aren't involved in this Detroit hip hop bullshit. Yeah. And the title track on there has the diss to ICP, where he's like, to individuals who look like something, and they go root beer. And he talks about shooting with paintballs and all that. But like, full verse dissing ICP on that album, and then the next track is the Ken Kniff skiff, which is very vulgar and disgusting about ICP performing sexual acts.
Also, just to go back, you know that this album went 5 times platinum. 6.5 million in the United States.
This is Slim Shady you're on?
Yes.
Yeah. Where did Marshall Mathers go?
Gotta be more than that, but I'll tell you in a second.
Yeah, but it's just kind of crazy looking back, just like at the time that I remember that coming out, Marshall Mathers LP, and like I was into M, but I was a huge Juggalo, so I'm like on that fence, like, yeah, fuck him, but like secretly, like, this album's awesome. But kind of crazy looking back that all these people who have no connection to this is hearing this ICP diss on there, which is kind of wild.
It's funny that that's what you now know is out. 12.5.
That's a couple.
12.5 million.
It's a couple albums
in the U.S. 2.7 in the U.K. Almost 1 million in Germany. Yeah. Fuck, man.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
One hit wonder, huh, Jay? You say that more than once in the next couple episodes.
So, yeah, that was June of 2000. That album drops. And then ICP come back on July 4th with Ain't Nothing But a Bitch Thing. Download on the ICP.com website.
So this song has been out before.
It's half a year old already at this point.
But it was only online. Theoretically, not everyone has AOL.
Right.
Does not go to the .com.
Yeah. 4th of July. Fireworks are flowing on the website. And then just to jump ahead in the timeline, the feud, kind of fizzles out at this point. Eminem, like I said, starts fighting with everyone. Fucking Ja Rule and everybody he could find.
Yeah.
In 2006, right before Proof passed away, he facilitated a bowling match between Psychopathic and D12 to officially squash the beef.
Yes.
And that was... At that point, it wasn't really anything. They just kind of moved on to their own separate lanes, but that was the official end to it. And to come full circle for you, on 11/5/2013, Eminem releases Marshall Mathers LP 2.
Yes.
And on that is a track called Wicked Ways, and he has a line saying, I'm a combination of Skylar Grey, Tyler the Creator, and Violent J. It's a fucking miracle to be this lyrical. Paint my face with clown makeup and a smiley face. Look at that. Has him performing lewd sexual acts on the first Marshall Mathers LP, and on the second one, he gives him props just like he did Esham all those years ago.
They had another ICP line in that CD, too.
I think so, yeah. Something about magnets. I think he references that.
Yeah, it may have been on one of like the bonus tracks or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a couple references on there that are not bad.
No.
So. All right.
Just funny to think Marshall Mathers 1 to 2. 2 references. Now they're buddies.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go that far, but
I'm still waiting for that collab to drop one day.
For him to show up at the gathering.
Could you imagine? Maybe he's going to be at Halloween this year.
Maybe.
A few other small notes before we get into the lyrics.
Okay, go right ahead.
I already discussed, came out on March 4th. July 4th. But this was originally going to be on Bizarre Bazaar.
Oh, yes.
As they dropped online, it said, Bizarre Bazaar will be October 31st, and around a week from now, the new single will be released from Def Jam called Mad Vaseline, and it's a big-ass diss to Eminem. So it was originally going to be called Mad Vaseline, a play on No Vaseline, which is the track's mother, you'd say, that birthed this from Ice Cube. They changed it, removed it. There was that Patreon, the Jam Exam. Mm-hmm. They did discuss this, and they said that they took it off because they thought there was just too much Eminem dissing, because he's like, we got
the other one was on
Fucked
there.
Your Baby's Mama, whatever's one. Like, that one was kind of a sneaky one. We didn't need to have a full diss track, so we pulled it off of Bizarre Bazaar. But that's kind of funny. That's where originally it was going to go.
Yes. And also...
Then it, found its home on the
Tome.
Yes, it did. And then, I don't know where else we're going to say this, but they did this 6 years previous.
Oh, yeah.
For Golden Goldies.
Yeah.
For Fool's Gold.
Who was that to diss to again?
Golden Spud. Because he sold all of his gold.
Should have put a potato on them.
Should have brought the Goldies CD.
Oh, man. Patreon.
So that'll be a whole nother season. So yeah, they've effectively done this exact same thing before. Whereas the hook and the verses are not the same as No Vaseline, it's the exact same on here as it was on Fool's Gold.
The hook, right?
Yeah, because that's Spud You Ain't Nothing But a Bitch.
Yeah.
It's the same cadence, same whatever. So go back and listen to your Goldies if you're not
Nothing wrong with that.
No, I could do that all day. All right, so
here we are.
Now we've got the history, and I'm sure we're going to dip into all of those as we go along. Oh, I wish I would have brought my notes. Because the times on these are ridiculous. I think I remember some of those.
The intro is almost a full minute long, which is excessive.
That I remember. We have a minute of a skit of Jamie Madrox playing Eminem and Violent J playing Dr. Dre.
Which, as you go through it, and as where we sit now with the Juggalo community, it's kind of funny looking back at these two doing this song.
I don't know if I could read all this shit. I'm not into that.
We'll start by saying the intro here.
Nowadays,
everybody want to talk, but nothing comes out. It's Madrox's version of Eminem doing a play on the Forgot About Dre verse that M does. And he's saying everyone forgot that Eminem is not straight, is what he's saying. Yeah. Different times, as we said.
Different times. I think we can say that.
Yeah. We could say that Eminem ain't gay.
Yes, I think that's okay. So yeah, it's just back and forth of Dre and Eminem. It's them fucking. Like let's put it like that.
And not like slow and sensual, and it's rude and vulgar and mean by Dre here.
You ripped my asshole last time.
That was the one we're gonna skip, I thought, but here we are.
I just went right to it.
I enjoyed Come Get Some of This Compton. Followed by let me take off this white shirt so you can see my bird chest. That line's funny.
Just insinuating the whole way through that if you want to be famous, this is what you have to do to become famous. Is to literally have sex with Dr. Dre.
The best part about the whole thing, though, if there is a good part about this thing, is Dre continuing, Compton.
Yeah, just talking about Compton. I thought you were going to say the little
No, that part's the worst.
Yeah. Which Dre keeps making M say it's all about Dre.
Yeah.
Even through
it's all about Dre. It's all about
through the Oz.
Do you think Jay wrote this and handed it to Jamie and said, "Now here's your
script"?
Yeah. I want to know what the conversation was to get this recorded.
Were they both in the room at the same time, like staring at each other, saying this?
Maybe they were method actors, and he's like, "You got to make sure you're
behind me." Oh, Jesus.
Oh, okay, let's move on.
Do it on my lip like a milk ad, he says. And then, don't tell Kim it's all about Dre.
Yeah.
And then,
if anyone doesn't out there know, Kim, Eminem's ex-wife at the time.
Correct.
That everyone around Detroit had sex with, according to Shaggy's. We'll get to.
That's what I've heard. All right. So then we get to the intro. That
Yeah.
I don't even know what you would call that. I thought that's a skit.
The skit, yeah.
So the intro is Violent J saying, just not singing at all, just kind of speaking right to Eminem. Bitch boy motherfucker.
Yeah.
You may have them 11-year-old groupies believe in your shit, but you ain't fooling nobody, bitch.
Looking back though at that time, you're a juggalo and you're like, yeah, ain't no one real listens to Eminem. It's all them kids watching MTV. Like, even though M's lyrics are pretty dark and vicious and violent as ICP's at the time.
Yeah.
But it definitely was portrayed then, like, and you bought into it. Like, oh, he's a radio star. He's on MTV and all that.
Yeah, he's got to be just he might as well be the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, even though he's the furthest thing.
Yeah. You ain't never shot at us with no paintballs. Come get these painted balls, motherfucker. So he's referencing...
It's a fun little play on the words.
He's referencing that Eminem said that he would shoot paintballs at them when they were at the club.
Yeah.
Which comes to the next one. You ain't never chased us out of no club, bitch. The only club you've ever chased anybody out of was a gay bar.
Bitch.
Which makes... So what? Makes no sense, but okay.
I mean, as we said different times, just like throwing that word in is, oh yeah, I'm gonna get him with just using that for no, like, yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
You were at a gay bar.
It doesn't make any sense as a diss, but it's just that word was like, yep, got him with that.
Yeah, you think he turned around? He looked at Mike Clark over the thing and was like, got him. Run right over the boards, right through the window, and he's like, yes.
We should take that scene from the Straight Outta Compton movie and put Jay's face over where he's rapping in the booth. And then where Paul Giamatti's there, put Mike Clark's head.
I was thinking like in the Biggie movie where everyone leaves and Biggie goes in and just starts like freestyling. That's Jay just talking this.
They never, to the club thing, that was never confirmed like what club it was, right? They've always talked about it multiple times in that era, but never like just mentioned what it was. I'm just assuming it's St. Andrews.
Yeah, just Eminem claiming that he used to chase them out of clubs.
Yeah. Because doesn't the D12 album also reference the paintball? Like Denying or someone has a line talking about shooting at them with paintballs.
I don't know.
And in my mind, I'm just visualizing like that alley behind St. Andrews and like
that's
ICP's
funny.
coming out. Here comes D12 in a SUV just shooting with paintballs in the alley.
Yeah, it's funny that they're chasing them out of a club. Like, you think they bring them into the club and just start shooting people? Like, it's weird.
The funniest part about all this, it's like such childish feud, like paintballs, gay jokes, all these things.
Yeah.
You want to get a real feud, call up old Goon Squad as we see them on the flyer.
Yeah, you
they're not using paintball guns.
No. Luckily, that didn't get dragged into this situation.
Whose side would they be on? They were also on the first line of the flyers, also invited. You got to get the clearance by Trick Trick. Did you think M got clearance by Trick Trick then?
I mean, I don't know.
He is on a track with him though. Years later.
But Trick Trick opened Juggalo Day.
True. He is the landlord of the city, so
everyone's
got to pay their dues to Trick Trick.
He doesn't take a side. There's one side. It's his.
That's true.
All right, first verse. Straight out of Warren.
Yeah.
Bet you a joke. So obviously he's making fun of Eminem for not being from Detroit proper.
Yeah, he grew up, technically lived with his grandma across 8 Mile and Warren. Is that how the story goes?
Says Violent J, who grew up in Oak Park, right?
Which is both their disses too. Another funny thing of like, oh, you're not Detroit. Oh, you're not Detroit.
Yeah, it's okay. Sucking so much dick, your fucking lips smoke.
I'm visualizing him like the Tin Man in Back to Wizard Hood. Like, he's not greased up and he's smoking. That's too much dick. With your silly ass pretty boy rap. Yeah. I mean, he was pretty then.
Mean mugging and thugging sitting on Dre's lap. Pretty boy rap.
Yeah.
Did they even listen to the CD? Do you think they got the CD and listened to it?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure they did. I do like all the descriptions of him and Dre. I do visually Dre like this big grown man and M's this little like
a dummy, like a fucking ventriloquist.
Little 5-year-old boy sitting on his lap. Oh, you a good boy, Eminem.
Well, the little boy that throws fireballs at people. We'll get to that in a minute. Pull a gat on my thug, no bullets or nothing. You shaking, stumbling, nervous, fumbling. So he's talking about Eminem pulling a gun.
Oh yeah, I skipped right over that on the timeline.
Yeah. So theoretically, supposedly, Eminem pulled a gun on Dougie,
Yeah.
who is Billy's
brother.
Well, Billy, Billy's brother, who they all worked for Psychopathic, and Em actually got not jail time, but he got
he was on
probation.
but he was like, he was up. He could have had jail time. Like that was I have the article where the judge was like, "You're a lucky man." Like he could have.
Yeah, we talked about that. I think on a past one. I don't know why.
It was at a Royal Oak Royal Oak car shop, like radio. Back in the day when you get car stereos put in, he was at one of those
cartoons.
Yeah, he was probably at cartoons. Man, those old.
I always thought it was at Hot Rocks.
No, it said it was at a Royal Oak.
That's weird.
Yeah. Hot Rocks where Shaggy fucked Kim, I hear.
That's what I heard. I thought it was there. I don't know. We should have. Whatever. It's funny. Shaking, stumbling, nervous, and fumbling. Yeah. So damn shook you almost shot yourself. Like prelude to Cheddar Bob.
Oh yeah, it's a good call. Yeah, I was saying it was who was the lion shot himself in the leg.
Oh no, you're talking about Plaxico Burress.
Plaxico Burress is Spartan.
Yes.
Shot himself in the leg. That's what I meant.
Because he had his gun and his
sweatpants and dropped and shot him in the leg.
What an asshole. No.
Yeah, the Cheddar Bob one. That's funny.
Plaxico Burress still alive, right?
Ooh, I don't know.
It's Mike Williams that died.
Yeah,
right?
Mike Williams died.
Okay.
Plaxico, I think, still around.
I think so.
He had a little run for a while.
He did. He was good. Little radio thug with your preppy smile got everyone hopping out on 35 Mile, which I looked into. I thought they were just insinuating that was as far away from the city as possible. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, we were just, whatever, 102 Mile. There is a 35 Mile.
I looked it up as well.
It's in Romeo.
Yeah. Do you think that was on purpose?
Is that a Kid Rock reference? I don't know.
That's what I was wondering. When I looked up and I seen Romeo, I'm like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That feels too perfect to be not on purpose.
I agree. Telling us we're fake.
Little what?
I'm going to knock your teeth out the back of your neck. You may have little girls crying and shit. What girls are crying? Yeah, you know what girls are crying? Girls whose parents are letting them listen to us.
He was a heartthrob. He was on Teen Vogue and Pop and all those magazines. He had the bleach blonde hair. He was a good-looking boy, so all the girls are, they're pulling the,
like the guy at the girl at Astronomicon, not the guy.
Like me at Astro when I see Nick Castle.
But the Detroit thugs ain't buying your shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. He's down with Trick, I guess. He's all right.
Run your ass back to Dr. Dre and open your butt. Little groupie ass boy, get fucked. I take umbrage with the Detroit thugs ain't buying your shit.
Why not?
Because I'm pretty sure they were.
Well, this is a few years later. We were hanging out with some people who should be if they're going to co-sign for the people we were hanging out with in 2001 and 2, they're buying his shit.
Yes. I don't know.
I mean, it's a diss.
It's also a veiled, like, what does that even mean? I want someone to break that down. The Detroit thugs ain't buying your shit.
I thought you were just saying, like, the people in the city who are hard and tough aren't. You think he's insinuating almost like when people use thugs and it's a very derogatory term now?
Kinda, like, is he saying that all the guys who he claims he's friends with, or that I don't know, that's weird. I know that's thinking too deep, but like...
No, I get what you're saying. I never caught that with this, though. Like,
he's just saying that real rap fans, not just people who listen to Top 40, which still, I mean, that's still... You're saying people who listen to 95.5 are buying it, but not JLB.
Right.
Like, that's still kind of fucked up that you're saying it, but like...
I get what you're saying, but I didn't take it, listening to it, like...
Yeah, I don't think he meant that.
No, on that type of... But like I said, it's a diss. The main jux of the feud is we're Detroit. No, I'm Detroit, and you're a pop star. We're real rap. That's really like when it boils down. That's their back and forth on a lot of their shit. And you're gay, and I'm gay. Back and forth. Those are the 3 sticking points.
Yes.
Detroit, who's gay, and who is real rap.
Then you got the hook, the chorus, if you will.
Yeah, dumbass.
Dumbass. Eminem, not a bitch.
That's a catchy one to sing along to, though. Eminem, not a bitch. It's catchy. I get down with it.
Okay.
And as the first flow, It's good. I like Shaggy's in that first part. The sickin', stumbling, nerveless, fumbling. That was fun.
That was fun.
They got me. I think it's good.
Okay. First number 2.
Yeah.
I have so many tabs up, I can't keep track of where I am. Wait a minute, don't run. What's up with that? I know they're just chasing him.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to give you this $300 back that you gave to Twisted so you can open up their show.
You little pussy asshole.
So that's going back to, I would say at least once, but once that we know of because it's actually out there.
Yeah, you can find the footage of it.
That Eminem opened for the House of Crazies, which, yeah, in retrospect, is crazy, but...
St. Andrews, right? That's the footage that's floating around.
I believe so, yes.
YouTube, which is cool. Yeah, it's super cool to see just for the historical purposes of Detroit hip hop. Do you think that number's correct? You paid him $300 to be on the show?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
Do you think Vape? Yeah.
How's crazy that big at that time to like? You want to get on there? I mean, you're playing St. Andrews. I guess that's pretty big for a local act to.
Yeah.
You want to jump on that show?
It's funny. I was just kind of talking to Pittsburgh Steve about this today. About at that time, so even before that time, let's talk like 94, 95, 96. Kid Rock and Esham were huge.
Yeah, those are the two top dogs.
In relative terms.
Yeah.
Like they were selling out the State Theater or the Ritz or whatever. So they were selling 3,000 to 5,000. Like why? I don't want to say why did one continue that trajectory and one couldn't capitalize on it, but like, yeah, was HOK, they were in the conversation, but they weren't like selling out 5,000.
No, I would think a couple hundred, like 500. That's a solid out, like something like that. Something
even,
solid.
Yeah, even just to be able to sell out St. Andrews consistently for a local band.
You're selling St. Andrews. That's the ICP even. That Twisted still now.
Yeah, you have
pack it, but
you have no like radio play. No, you're selling tapes out of your car. Like,
right.
That's a big deal. But
yeah, I guess I'm always intrigued by that era of like where people are and the totem pole locally and who's growing at what pace and where the venues are they're at. I
mean, it is cool that if they could make people pay fucking $300 to open for them.
Yeah,
it's a good deal. We should go back real quick. I swear, and I have no full remembrance of this. You never met James, fucking this dickhead that we hung out with. He always claimed that Eminem tried to sell him his music outside of ICP shows.
Oh, really?
There's a guy who came up to him and he's like, "Oh, you want to buy my tape?" And he's like, "No, like I'm only into Juggalo shit." And then in retrospect, he's like,
"Right." Could you imagine you had that now?
That was Eminem trying to sell me Infinite.
Did you see a little sidebar here again? Eminem they had like I think it was Paul Rosenberg who was posting on his Instagram. He had M sign. It was a sealed Infinite vinyl, like hard to find, I guess, one sealed. So they had M sign it and like it was PSA graded and it was up for auction.
That's
like,
sweet.
It was in this like case, like all shot. I'm like, this wild looking, like that is sweet.
That is really
having
cool.
it. They went for like 5,000 or something ridiculous.
Yeah, I can't imagine. It's trying to give your money back, blah blah. Look at us, dog. Who put
blah, blah.
Look at us, dog, who put us on the map. 3 plat, 2 gold, and we still like that. We did it alone without
DRE.
But he owns you and does your butt.
Different times.
So, yeah, they're saying, hey, we got this far on our own. You got as far as you did, but you needed help.
There's the one where you could take some umbrage to like get your diss song, but they make it sound like M was just some dude walking down the street. Dre pulled over, was like, that's a white rapper. I could make something out of him. Like, they created him. We're like, yeah, definitely. No matter what, you get signed on your skills, not just because you're a dude.
He's not fucking Menudo, where they just like pull the hottest 5 guys and like make them lip sync. I always see the real quick clip where Dr. Dre, I don't even know if he knew. He's just like, okay, we signed this guy, whatever. Yeah. And he just dropped the first, like, the very bass line of a song, and Eminem just
started going on.
Yeah, and he's like, done.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we need. So,
did you watch, I think it was on HBO originally. I think it was called the Defiant Ones, about Jimmy Iovine and Dre. and like their past, how they started and where they met, and like they get to M, and like I think also there's a hip hop documentary on Netflix also that has like a section where they get to Detroit and talk about M, and I'm like just seeing those old footage of like him when people first see him and hear it, you're like, holy shit, what is this?
I actually saw one today so randomly that I don't know. It's just like a sports or in anything. Like if you saw it, do you see the it?
Yeah.
Do you know it's there? I don't know.
This is
like,
the next big thing.
In retrospect, you're like, okay, but at the time,
when you're watching it now and you already know that that's the guy.
What's about to come?
Yeah.
But
I think I do.
Of course,
I think I got a good ear. I could pick a single on an album.
All right. You can tell who on Ivan's football team is going to be. I'll
tell you what, I'm scouting from. Well, there are a lot of second graders are leaving. We're on our way to the championship. A lot of second graders are carrying that load, so I'm trying to scout who the next crop from first grade is going to move up to second grade. And I told Ivan, you got to work on your run, and you're getting faster. You might be able to be a running back. Got to run all summer. Start running around the block.
Well, I'll go running with him. He wants to do a 5K with me.
I need to get back on it. It's football season's
weighing on you.
I've been trying to keep the yoga in to combat it, but hard to combat what's going in the body on Saturday nights.
I posted it the other day, but I'm officially under 200 pounds. I'm 198.6.
Good for you. Congrats.
Thank you.
Cheers to that.
Thank you.
I wish I was close and fell behind.
I don't know how I did. Well, I know how I did it. Anyway.
Husband, tell me where she at.
Everybody be fucking that bitch. Don't you see that? I know 3 people she fucked on you up at Hot Rocks. She be fucking bitches too.
Talk about such a in the weeds local reference on the disc.
Yeah. So he's insinuating that she hangs out at a bar that's in Warren, right?
Yeah.
And that she's just banging anyone who...
Is Hot Rock still around?
It was when we went to see wrestling there.
Oh, yeah, that's where we went. I ordered the burger and she never gave it to me. And she's like, "You didn't order a burger." I'm like, "No, yeah, you're right. I didn't order a burger. What the fuck am I talking about?"
That's where me and Bobby Shields saw the cops pull a gun on the wrestlers.
We just talked to someone about that, didn't we?
I think we talked about it on here.
No, I thought we talked to someone who was at the show, a wrestler.
Who the hell would it have been?
Yeah, where was that?
I have no idea. No idea where we would have talked about that.
Yeah. No, you know what it was? I was at a flop house, and an old wrestler, I forgot who he was. He's friends with D-Mac, hanging out there. Where somehow brought that up, and he's like, "Oh, I was there," and started talking about the gun getting pulled. I was like, I had to brainstorm who it was. What?
The only 2 people it was Jamie Cox.
That's who it was. Yeah.
Oh, that was him.
Yeah.
He was the one who got the gun pulled on him.
I think that's who it was. I gotta ask Rack or double back and think about it, but
I forget who else it was. I don't think it was. No, it couldn't have been. But yeah, it was definitely Jamie Cox, and
I don't think he was the one that got pulled on, but yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, we're just like,
I was just talking to someone who wrestled on that card.
You told the world you were going to kill the slut. Then you're on TV licking her butt. Be careful. You're probably going to taste my nut. Because even I be fucking that bitch
raw. They love talking about how raw they get.
Like what? So... yeah, insinuating again, for the kids who don't remember, Eminem coming up and feuding with his wife.
Yeah.
It was a lot of back and forth of songs that I hate her, and then we're getting back together, but then there's still a song about killing her, and then she sues him, and then his mother sues. A lot of crossing the border of real life versus character, I guess. Or he was just flip-flopping, or he really... was in love with her, and she came back when he started making money.
Yeah, who knows? There was a lot going on at the time. This isn't an M&M podcast. We don't know the full details of it.
We don't. We just know that you're going to taste Shaggy's nut. Chorus, same.
Harass.
First, number 3.
Yeah.
I remember your ass. Now, this is what we just talked about.
Yeah, and this is probably why I thought of St. Andrews, because he mentions he was hanging them out there.
I remember your ass at St. Andrews Hall, handing out your flyers. Come on. I looked at it. What? Right there. Insane Clown Posse might show up.
I like how he says it.
What the fuck kind of rapper could be that lame? Only way to draw people is to use our name. I wonder if they were at the club, or they always said that they worked there, right?
Yeah, that was there, right? They were like security or bartender or something.
Could have fucked you up right there, but I let it pass. I felt bad for your bitch ass. Really? You think they just felt bad? Oh, if you felt bad for him, then you wouldn't have held this grudge for so long.
If you felt bad, you'd been like, you know what? Maybe we'll show up to your release party.
Yeah.
Give you the little rub, brother.
Every time I met you, you're sucking dick.
You know,
now you're on the pop cards, pop tarts, pop charts. Sucking.
I do like how they do it. The sucking dick.
Yeah.
You'll be sucking.
You like how they're doing it?
I do like the cadence Jay has for that part.
You'll be sucking dick for an eternity.
Look at your mouth.
Another reference to what his mouth looks like. I know Slim Anus got to you only because it was so damn true. So, referencing their first diss to him.
Yeah. I wonder if he heard the first disc, because that was super, like...
niche.
In just that crowd. You're on the Juggalo show, then it wound up on Psychopaths from Outer Space. Like, it's not anywhere...
Yeah, you would think, maybe.
Yeah.
This is a line that I would think it would just get him fucking seething.
This is the most brutal line of the whole disc. Like, all the gay jokes, whatever, blah, blah, blah. All the Detroit, not Detroit. This is the line.
And for, like, still hating on... Like, he theoretically hates his wife and all that. When I think of your daughter, it makes me sad. She's got a whore for a mama and a bitch-ass dad.
That's a brutal line.
Yeah, that could be the one where I can just see him, like, just shaking his head. Like, oh,
I mean, bringing the daughter in it, no matter what, that's instantly like, okay, now it's getting real.
Yeah, that's unnecessary.
It's a good way to go out, though. It's a good way to hit him right in the gut and in the stoner. Like, it's a hard line.
I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure the end chorus goes for almost another minute.
Yeah.
So
half the song is
a
hook and hook.
Then the outro, Jay just kind of trailing off.
Yeah.
Sucker ass motherfucker, Hitler ass haircut.
Hitler ass haircut always pops me.
So
top 40 case of Kasem Carson daily sucking ass.
So that's
nothing but a bitch thing.
Oh, good stuff. Is it really good stuff though? I don't know.
You know, you cut the skit out the front. I think it's a great diss track. I think I like it. Preface by saying different times, none of some of the stuff they say is very offensive in terms of, you know, the references, but you know, I also enjoy like the Cube version. Awesome. Yeah. No Vaseline. So
I enjoyed the Goldie's version.
Do you like the Goldies more than the bitch thing version?
Yeah, 100%. I noticed, and this could be right or wrong, that they played this live a couple times.
Crazy. Where was that at?
First one was at the first gathering.
Oh, wow.
And then it looks like a couple times during the Bizarre Bazaar tour, which again makes me think it'd be during the whole tour. Like,
I feel like I remember that now, thinking about it.
Why would they just have done Scranton and Columbus? They would have done everywhere. But
yeah, now that you say that, I feel like maybe I did hear that in the Bizarre Bazaar tour. That feels right.
I don't know. If you say so. So that's the stats on that. Is there
anything else you want to touch on? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there is. I mean,
my only thought was it's weird because obviously he responds to, I guess, Slim Anus or just like their feud. He has them on a actual national release album. He disses them in a track, and at that time, maybe it's a few years later, he's really hitting all these diss tracks. Like he's on Ja Rule and he's just shredding it. And it's not even like. You don't have to be big. Like, he's on Cannabis, who's smaller than ICP, I would say, when he comes to, like, recognizability. So it's weird that he never went after them, like, after this, because just the way he was on diss tracks and shredding people.
When did he have the dolls of them on stage?
That was, like, when he would wear the Jason mask and what was that tour, the insane tour, that Up in Smoke tour?
Oh, I thought it was Anger Management.
I think it was that too, but also the Up in Smoke tour was like him, Snoop, Dre, Q, like it was an insane lineup.
Yeah, I mean, is that after this?
But there's like a DVD movie of that with him, with the dolls. But still, like I'm just saying, like a diss track. It's wild he didn't put one out on the like internet or mixtapes at the time.
Well, I mean, he did The ones on the next CD are pretty fucking brutal and
My only assumption is,
but childish, not like straight up like I'm gonna kill you. Like,
yeah.
That seems like.
But no, that came out before this though. The Marshall Mathers. It was May.
Oh yeah.
This is July, so he never countered back. My only thought is the whole court stuff with Doug. Like,
you think he just?
If you put out a track shit talking him, I guess you could use that as like evidence. Maybe, I don't know.
As my character. It was Slim Shady, not Marshall.
I'd assume
Mathers.
like his people were like, just don't even like get involved. You're already in enough trouble with this anyways. Because
So they won. You're saying ICP won the war.
I know we have a friend and listener, Kevin, who thinks they won the war. We were arguing this in the text messages. I think this is a great diss. I think if he wanted to come back, it'd have just been a flamethrower.
Yeah, I could have been real bad.
It would have been like that clip in Raiders of the Lost Ark or whatever when the fucking guy's face melts. You see, so this is a few years before he becomes like unstoppable, just like those Green Lantern. All the young kids out there, go out and listen to those old Green Lantern mixtapes where he's just annihilating everyone in sight. So this is a little bit before that. He's not as crazy on that end, but he did diss Everlast in this era, 2000, and that one is completely evisceration of Everlast.
Yeah.
So yeah, ICP had a great diss, solid, way better than I expected it to be. But I mean, if there was a battle, it's no disrespect to their acumen. He just was on another level when it came to that shit.
I don't know. I heard that he was just a pop rapper with a Hitler haircut.
I think the thing to take out of this is it's awesome that ICP was able to get in a feud with. I mean, it helps that you're local and you had the connection to begin with, but like for them to be like in his crawl, on national albums is awesome.
Yeah, to even get under his skin enough. Yeah,
that was props to them for that.
That's kind of his fault for letting it get to this point. Like you said, maybe he wasn't that big at the time, but someone should have told him like, "This is not worth." Like you're giving them more.
Yeah,
it's like.
I think he got to the point that's why he kind of backed off because everyone wanted to get their name by like getting into Eminem feuds, so eventually he just backed off.
And they still do it.
Yeah, people still do. Fucking was it Melly Mel who did that one recently, which is hilarious. He apologized. He didn't even want him to come after him.
He's like, please don't. But it's when at the time maybe he wasn't that much bigger. Yeah. But yeah, you don't have fucking WWF isn't talking about CZW. Like there's a reason. Yeah. Fucking you know.
They talk about AEW though.
Because they're scared. That's why they throw the Undertaker on NXT.
Gotta bury it.
All right. Yeah. So, quickly, how do you feel about this song on this album or on this compilation?
I dig it.
Or in general?
It's a fun track. Man, we have some bangers though. I have it above I Don't Care so far. Other than that, maybe Toxic Love. Toxic Love's fun though. I didn't like it going into it as much, so I ranked it as a Hollow Wicked track. But as we dove into it last week, I enjoy it more now after I spent more time with it.
Yes.
That's so good. Maybe it's just above I Don't Care, but that to me is just a testament to how good the pendulum is going so far. It's been some fun tracks.
Yeah, I don't know if this really fits.
It definitely doesn't fit. No, I mean, none of this fits.
It doesn't fit anywhere.
It went off the rails when I Don't Care showed up.
Oh, yeah, I meant this song doesn't fit anywhere.
No, it's definitely of the time. Like, it's not like, oh, I need a bus. Like, I don't know. It sounds good. It's a fun disc, but, like, it doesn't really,
I'm never like, I want to listen to this song.
Yeah. But solid
outing.
Early 2000 track.
All right. I'm not super into it.
No. Where do you rank it on here so far?
Towards the bottom.
Yeah.
I would say.
I did too, but more so because that's how good the pendulum is. Speaking of good.
Now it's time. Comic number 6.
Great cover, by the way.
What's this called?
It says Blades of Silk. I don't know why it would be called that.
Yeah, neither do I. All right.
Maybe as we read through it, we'll kickstart us why.
All right, everyone. Get your comics out. Bust open that tome. And let's talk about the Dark Carnival.
I live for.
Are you going to do the bullshit where you go backwards?
Yes. Let me just make sure I don't You popped me when I went back. You bleep out me spoiling everything. So, where we last left the Wicked Clowns, they hit the road, left Detroit. They convinced Jesus to join along. They said, this is bigger than you. This is bigger than us. This is the end of the world. They instantly knew somehow that this was the end times, and they're the messengers to dish out, this end time prophecy. So they hit the road on their way to Arizona, and on the way there, they decide, you know what, we need to take a little detour. A lot of skinheads live in Wichita, apparently. So we're gonna go there. We're gonna set up shop. We're gonna take them all out.
I think they probably just stopped to get gas. I don't think they went there specifically.
The Dark Carnival directed them to enter there.
The little boy with the flame hands.
Yes, and on the way also, this was earlier, Jack Jekyll got in a fight in the back seat. Jack left. Jake said, he's a grumpy old man. I'm a little boy with fireballs, and I'll help fight the spirit squad with you. But that was 2 issues ago. Now, here they are. They showed up in Wichita, killed a bunch of rednecks, killed a bunch of some white Klansmen, skinheads, and got arrested. But they thought, you know what? We want to be arrested because we're here in Wichita. We have something special planned. So let's find out.
It's all a trap.
What is all going to be explained? Not in the book. They're not the green book, but the comic book.
And Twisted and the Stress Squad are
both en route,
on their heels.
The Twisted in the nice hearse following suit, and then the Stress Squad in there. I don't know what they had. Just a car.
Yeah, just a car. I feel like we're going to go through this fairly quickly because there's not a lot of action in this one. Yeah. Right? It's a lot of introspection.
This one is the
carnival?
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll get there. But still a lot of like him.
Yeah, not a lot actually like for the story itself, the pendulum itself, nothing really happens.
So we start with
we get Jesus' last name. Was that released up until this point?
Jesus Avila.
I think he's related to Al Avila?
Probably.
GM of the Tiger, former GM of the Tigers, thank God.
Who was the catcher?
Alex Avila.
Alex Avila.
Yeah, is that what I said at first? No, Al is the dad. Alex is the son. And Jesus is the priest.
So we have Jesus and ICP in jail. And the next, I would say, few pages are all his thoughts.
Yeah.
Right? Talking about who he is, what he is. He's a priest, or he was a priest, and now he's not sure where his life is taking him.
Yeah.
What is going on in all the walls?
It does say Jump Steady was here, bitch, or something.
Crazy.
Was in this bitch.
Crazy something.
The rest don't really have anything, I don't think, that I would... Like 7394, I don't know what that'd be in a reference to.
Yeah. Something 24.
There's a Chaos Comics reference. I think they're probably more so for the comic guy. Look how happy Jay is sleeping, though.
Yeah.
He's snug as a bug in a rug, as they say. Look at him.
So sleeping. So those two are sleeping, and Jesus is with his weird face there.
Got the little patch on his cheek.
Yes.
Nursing his wounds.
Talking about how he's joining them on this path, but he doesn't know what the path is or where it's headed.
Yeah.
Funny that the full page is kind of like a tie-up of the last couple episodes.
Yeah, it kind of rounds up what they're up to. A lot of killing.
I mean, literally shows, like, I don't know if exact drawings, but going backwards and just saying what he's seen them do, and, is this the work of black magic? What's the deal with this carnival?
But he asks if is God working through these two creatures?
But he starts to question his faith, but ends it with, since I've hooked up with Jay and Shaggy, my faith is even stronger.
Yeah.
And I feel that God is close to me.
Well, you got to perform a miracle, which, not many get that. So he's on his way to sainthood already.
Yeah.
By healing Shaggy 2 Dope. You eyeing up the ringmaster curb stomping at the top of the...
No, I was eyeing up the tattoo on his hand.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
INRI, that's what's on top of the cross, right?
Yeah.
I forgot what
Probably means like King of the Jews or something.
Yeah, my
like
Catholicism is bad.
A little rusty.
I don't remember what it is. So he mentions, now Jay is telling me that they've summoned something else, and he's watching it through the window, which is, you can see in the next couple panels, the green smoke, and it's a carnival setting up in the town.
This gives me very Killer Clown Smarter Space vibes when
It kind of is, especially when the cops see him, right?
Yeah.
He can make out the shadowed tents rising, the outline of the rides, but he mentions he sees it, but he hears, but he doesn't.
Yeah, see anyone? Hears the clanks and everything, but it appears it's just building on its own.
Yeah, it is as if Jesus. It is as if it were setting up itself.
Yeah.
He prays for understanding. And he's still, I mean, this is an interesting way to, God damn, this just keeps going and going. It's interesting that he keeps thinking about it, but you're flashing to seeing what's going on. So he's talking about Kilnor and getting to Arizona, but you're seeing Kilnor lead his, what would you call that?
Kilnor Industries, whatever
yes.
is. Kilnor looks different, I feel like, every time we see him.
I know.
Like, was he blonde always?
I don't know.
I like the big shitty businessman he's shaking hands with at the top there.
Yes.
I bet that's Anna Nicole's husband.
Left-handed handshake.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that because he's evil?
Probably.
Usually shake with your right.
That was the same guy that he was talking to at the table before.
Oh, yeah?
I think so.
Yeah, and those are the other ones. You got the military guy. You got the one woman.
Blah, blah, blah. They're just talking about how he's going to try to get to them.
Yeah, the battle may extend into the afterlife more than just here on this earthly plane.
The clowns speak of the end time. Do they refer to the apocalypse? And then you see them just literally snoring and
drooling on himself.
It's funny.
That's fun though. Like it's this very deep, heavy thing. All that stuff. They're just still clowns.
Yeah,
drooling and shitting themselves in bed.
Yeah, he's shitting themselves. He's talking about them being avenging angels, but yeah, they're literally just sitting there snoring. And then you can still see the carnival like in the background. And then the cop wakes them up, says that they're in for a real treat.
Yeah. Threatens to give him a Dr. Dre, it sounds like.
Insinuating that they're all going to get beaten because they're... He references because they're cop killers, but I think he would just still beat them anyways.
Well, these are crooked cops, apparently. Just about all of them are, as we'll learn.
And then you see...
The Shadow Walkers themselves, Twisted, hanging out down there.
Twisted has arrived, and they're watching from afar. And they can feel the dark energy, which they enjoy. They feel it, like there's a connection to the carnival, but they don't know why. But
the clowns bring them amusement. Something about them. They kind of like...
They realize that there's some kind of connection, but they're still... tied to their master. And God, you got another page of just the carnival still putting itself together.
Looks like the Green Goblin up there on the tent.
It is. It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, all the carnival imagery is cool. I like the green color.
Yeah.
All these cops are like kind of jacked and fat, by the way, down here. Like they're like lumpy, but like their arms and chests look kind of muscular. It's very weird looking.
Jacked through their shirts.
Yeah. But they're all kind of lumpy.
Yeah, they're weird looking. Cops sitting around just kind of arguing, back and forth. Hey, what's the deal with the clowns? You think they had to do anything with the murdered state troopers? But they're still going to beat the shit out of us.
Regardless, we're going to beat their ass.
So then the one notices out the window what's going on. They go outside, and there's a giant carnival tent put over the cop shop.
The cop shop. Why is there a Shark Tank back there? What's that?
Yeah, that's just part of the three-ring circus.
It looks like it'd be a good death match. Like they had the Prawn Tank. We're just going to have a Shark Tank death match back here.
What's with the cop that's coming out of the door?
Looking kind of
in the doorway. It looks like Twisted.
It looks like Twisted. It's the woman because you can see her hair. But
the guy next to tour where he's like,
I can't believe it. The guy behind him is standing real weird.
looks like Michael Myers.
It does. Oh, notice the balloon colors, little ringmaster, or not ring, riddle box colors, kicking off out there.
Oh, now we got a lot of noises here.
Yeah, plop, the fucking gate comes down of the tent.
And here comes a little car, little clown car.
Meep, meep.
Right up to him. They open the window. That's a weird little clown.
Look kind of like Jay, maybe, slightly.
Like, I couldn't tell, is this supposed to be Carnival of Carnage face? But no, because then the two pop out and they have nothing to do with anything.
No, they're just part of the carnival. And then more and more slowly get out. Fun little bit. Like I said, very Killer Clowns like.
Yeah, their way that they're speaking is not ICP related. Like, it's someone just, let's try to make this funny.
Yeah, they have the little jokey line. Like, I don't know how you even describe it.
You rude with that attitude, dude. Why you tripping? So dumb. Like, yeah, it's not what you would hear before.
I like looking at some of the faces. Like this is just like a fat guy. This looks kind of like a Dracula. You got a mime. You got like a Doink the Clown.
Yeah,
like they're all interesting faces.
So yeah, we've gotten from two little clowns coming out of that car to the old clowns piling out of a car joke
fun.
Where there's just like dozens and hundreds of clowns. And they say that they're here to take Violent J and Two Dope back and asks.
He does call him just Two Dope, doesn't he?
He does.
Which is interesting. It's kind of funny.
So be snappy, Pappy, before I get slap happy.
Yeah.
Lots of rhyming schemes.
Yeah, that's fun.
Cop gets upset. He says he's going to shoot. And then all of the faces turn from fun-loving to very evil.
That's a fun picture, though, of him with the giant knife. He says, I wish you hadn't have said that.
They look very, very upset.
The one looks more like Twisted over his left shoulder than Twisted does in this comic book.
That's true. Lots of, like, it feelings I get from this. Like, every horror movie I feel like there's little bits and pieces taken from. And so for the next couple pages here, you just get them fighting the cops. What's with the girl?
Yeah, they strip her for no reason. It's uncalled for, unnecessary. Show a donut in the one's mouth. That's funny.
Oh, yeah, I didn't pick up on that.
Show a donut in your mouth and a badge in her ass. That's what they do.
And then, cops hiding underneath the desk. And then this is what I didn't really pick up on. So the girl clown says, you'll be happy to know the carnival doesn't call for your soul, or else your head would roll. So does that mean, like, is he an innocent one?
Yeah, he's, I take it that he's one. He's, like, probably the new guy on the force, and he's, like, trying to walk it straight and narrow, but he's starting to, fall in line with the rest of these guys, so she's letting him know, like, clean up your act, give you a pass here, if not, we're going to hang you, is what she shows them.
Nice. Then you have a cop running past the jail cells. Looks like Tommy Dreamer. Mixed between Tommy Dreamer and Vincent Price.
Tommy Dreamer and Vincent Price. That's a good call.
Cop wants to be saved, but Jay says, why am I going to save you if you were the one that was going to, obviously kill us?
Jay's got his finger up. I tell you what, cop, I ain't saving your ass.
Why are we going to do that when you're in for a real treat? It's going to be both painful and leave a lot of bruises. Because before, we didn't mention it, but the cops were saying, like, hey, we're going to have some fun with you, but it's not going to leave bruises. So stab, cut, slash. Cop
that sounds like a song.
It does. Oh, okay, here we go. Sorry. Look at Jay over on the right. Like,
I'm dancing, like,
what's he doing?
Singing to him. This is where I like Shaggy talking to them like they're his children. So it reminded me to give you a little extra something in your Christmas stockings this year.
Yeah, like
so are they their kids?
That is kind of funny that it's like, why does he feel indebted to them like they are children? But this is where I just realized, which I didn't before, although now I see in retrospect that that these are all tiny, like, munchkins, if you will. So
yeah, I mean, I feel like it's, looking back now,
you can see it, but I didn't, like, pick up on it.
You weren't paying close enough attention. You're so enamored by the art on that page and the clowns. I was into them.
Then you have
Jay macking hard, looking very large there. A lot bigger than he does in every other panel.
It's because the girl is very tiny.
No, but like large and like he looks fat. Like, usually he's jacked in these.
What time you get off work? Her name is Squeezy. She says giggle.
Giggle, yeah. Shaggy, the next one too, not as jacked. He's got the oversized jersey. They're looking more realistic in these pages here. And he's got a couple of businessmen versions of the
Munchkins.
Yeah. Those must be the lawyers that follow the clowns around, get him out of trouble.
Dick Nipple.
Maybe that is Dick Nipple and Jimbo Jism, those two.
I feel like a bitch surrounded by a bunch of munchkins from the Wizard of Oz.
He would know. He is the wizard.
That's true. Then you see Jay
the back
still hitting on the girl.
Jesus is contemplating what is he doing in this situation.
Yeah, he is totally lost. All right, then we fast forward, or not fast forward, but we go to
the Solution Compound in Arizona.
And Kilnor is watching everyone on a giant screen.
He's got a lot of things going.
So he's watching the New York Stock Exchange.
Yeah. The skinhead getting killed. A little news, I'm guessing, of that.
Yeah.
Batman, maybe, is that? I don't know what the next one would be. The hell's that?
Maybe. I don't know what the car racing on the other one.
Yeah, it looks like an arena, but then there's looks like a train.
Is watching porn on the bottom right.
Cat Dog, which was referenced.
I feel like somewhere else.
Yeah, the first issue or something. Someone must be a big fan, or maybe they draw for Cat Dog. I don't know. It's very strange. 4
screens have ICP on them. Then you have Michael Myers.
He's getting into spooky season. He knows what time it is.
And then just a random skull.
Chaos Comic logo. He's got, it's like the, down here in the basement, we have the Sicko TV with the 4 different games playing on it. That's funny. That's his version.
Who's the girl in the background?
Yeah, she looks kind of creepy, right?
Yeah, very strange.
Holding a whip. Kilner gets down like that.
He does. Yes, I see it now. How could I have been so easily fooled?
And he's putting out his cigarettes in the Amazing Jekyll Brothers candle holder down there.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I was going to laugh at that. Now all the screens have ICP on them. He's getting maybe a little paranoid here. They're sent by my enemy to destroy my efforts here. Mm-hmm. How dare they eliminate so many of my pets? And we've seen this in past ones, but he gets madder and madder, and he starts getting out of his human form. Yeah. Now he's just demon form.
Jacked to the gills. Looking like Scott Steiner in 2000 He's a Champion.
We shall see who will die. Boosh.
Boosh.
Tinkle.
He disappears.
So he gets huge.
And then cut back to Jesus. He's asking, what is this place?
Yeah, so now they've, I guess, exited the jail. Mm-hmm. And now they're outside and they see what they were all talking about.
Shaggy looking real weird there.
Yeah, very like, square head.
I was going to say, yeah, he looked like a bodybuilder head, like meathead for sure.
And Jay says, this is what's known as the Carnival of Carnage.
Ah, here we go. So, this is the Carnival of Carnage, right? This is where all the Dark Carnival rides preside.
Sure.
Yeah. We got the Terror Wheel down there that they're opening up and people are walking in. What's that right above the Terror Wheel? The ride in the back.
I can't really make that out.
Well, from what I gather, it's not fully there, but it says Tunnel of Love. The Tunnel of Love. There's a ride in the Dark Carnival back there.
That's got a very naked woman on it.
Yeah, so more confirmation that the Tunnel of Love is a ride in the Dark Carnival that people get on and float through.
Or at least a room.
A room.
An area.
I'm quite upset that there's vultures up top and not crows.
I was already going to say that. Look at the guy down at the bottom of that panel. He's got a backwards M&M hat on.
Oh, yeah. Good call. That's a little tie back to the issue then.
Jesus.
To the single. Why is like Ben Franklin entering? Look at the guy with like the white hair and the wig.
Yeah, they all have weird hair.
Yeah.
You keep going, and now it's still Jesus and his thoughts.
Yeah.
Watching all of these people kind of file through. You got the murder go around, the Halls of Illusions, the Amazing Maze.
Yeah, there you go. We'll call back to a song on here. That's a little tie-in to the... Yeah. Maybe originally they were going to have all these tie into issues, and they said, "Fuck it, we're on tour. We can't do any of this."
I mean,
stuff.
they kind of did because there's a Halls of Illusions comic later on.
Oh yeah, a standalone or
Yeah, Halls of Illusions, Mr. Johnson's Head,
oh yeah,
Hollow Wicked.
Hollow Wicked. Yeah,
So yeah, what's his name? Jesus is talking about how he sees that people are just kind of zombie-like. Like they're just wandering into the carnival in a trance-like state.
Yep.
You see one of them's a sheriff or a guard. So it's all walks of life are coming through.
You got the neo-Nazis on there getting sucked in.
Yeah, so he's saying everyone's coming through. Most people leave. The evil ones who needed purification. Or as Shaggy put it, like shit being flushed down the toilet. So people are coming and getting cleansed, brainwashed, whatever you want to call it, by the Dark Carnival. But some of them are pulled into the dark side.
Yeah.
So the people who I guess you'd say are really bad.
Yeah. No, they're fully lost. Can't be saved.
They're getting either sucked into the mirrors or they're in this little what do you call it? Ride that goes right into the mouth.
That's like the Halls of Illusion. Like that's like looks like the music video where they go into the mouth.
That's true. Some never leave the carnival.
Yeah.
Their screams reverberating through the night, never to be seen again.
So that's their hell. They're stuck in the Carnival of Carnage for all of eternity, with the freaks of nature running they're the carnies on this.
Yes. But in some way, they seem to be calm and gentle. You got the ringmaster back there.
Yeah. Chasing down, which it looks like Jesus there getting sucked up, but it's just another guy, I think.
Guy. Seemed like a dream, but... Oh, maybe that is.
Oh, that is, yeah. Like I was floating away and my soul was being lifted. So he's just in the middle of it all.
Yeah, the three of them.
Yeah. Looking like Mr. Burns there, all
that's true.
Glowing.
As quickly as the dream fades to an alarm clock's ring, I was brought back to reality.
Yeah.
And the carnival starts to dissolve. So
maybe you asked this a few weeks back. Sorry, cut you off. Yeah. You said, "What is the killing fields?" Maybe that's what the empty field is after it leaves. You know, the field that they set up on is the killing field. So that's
possible.
That's the ground that the carnival stands on.
That's a good call.
Yeah, that's all I do is good.
Yeah. Well, Jesus still talking. Before he could shake the dream effect and ask the clowns what had happened, I was witness to two creatures, as if the dream had turned into a nightmare. Look at Jesus, all scared in that face. Like, oh. He looks like Doc Brown in Back to the Future when he makes that face when the car, his little model goes on fire and he goes, oh, the mouth wide open.
Look at Twisted looking real weird back there.
Yeah, real bald.
Yeah, not much hair in their little. What do we used to call those back in the day? The spider webs.
Yeah. Any other time, I may have run from them like a madman, but he was just kind of frozen. And he sees Twisted. What do you call it? Attacking ICP from behind,
beating him down with a little sickle and a knife. Jesus gives him a little what do you call that? A little flip, catches him off guard.
Then he hits him with a little fireball with a cross. Yeah,
again, solidifying that they're zombies. Or not zombies, sorry, vampires.
Yes.
You know, the cross burns him in the eye. But he's distracted. Shalook! Right behind him.
You keep talking as I'm looking. Oh, a couple pages back when you were talking about how they're both not jacked anymore.
Yeah.
Chaos 69 jerseys.
Oh, yeah.
And now they're laying there and Shaggy's wearing the 13.
Chaos 13. Also, a while back, there was one small ICP in the clouds behind Shaggy. I feel like this issue wasn't as prominent as the other ones where it pops up like crazy.
I saw one or two barely, but not a lot. And then as you do that, as he hits the one with the fireball, like the Sheik.
He does give him the Sheik there for sure.
Boom. He gets hit with a sickle.
Sickle rap. Can we speculate on who is who there? Do you think that's Monoxide or Madrox?
I think that's Madrox.
Yeah. Looks real weird.
Yeah. That's my guess.
They're looking more ghoulish. Like, maybe that's part of the story, too. The more they stay in this realm, they're turning more into ghouls.
Yeah, they're melting.
Yeah.
So he gets Jesus right in the back, right through the gut.
Yeah.
Picks him up and eludes as Jesus dies, hands straight out.
Right.
Much like Jesus Christ.
On the cross.
And then there's a picture of the cross in this exact same shape as he is.
Yeah.
God, can you hear me? I need you.
And then down there in the corner, a little statue, but the glowing eyes and the face kind of hint at someone we might be seeing
In the future.
next week.
In the Pendulum's
Promise.
Promise.
Which I'm surprised that track wasn't the track on that album.
That would make sense.
Maybe that was originally for this. They show, shit, we got to cut off Ain't Nothing But a Bitch Thing. We need to put another track on this album. There's a lot of tracks on this double album.
I just threw a bunch of shit at the wall and that happened.
Yeah, I think maybe they swapped them.
It's possible.
So that was Blades of Silk.
Blades of Silk. I'm thinking like Blades of Grass.
Maybe the knife that Madrox or Monoxide holds is a blade so sharp it could cut silk.
Thank you. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So, what'd you think? Blades of Silk. I thought that was a fun one.
I think it was fun, but it very much changed. Is your thing on?
Well, must not be.
All right.
We'll cut off at the end here.
It just took a different turn of like being it's all introspective of him.
Yeah.
Like everything was from the priest's perspective, like his thought bubble and all of that. So it was different. I like that it made a twist. Like it's not every episode has to be the exact same.
It was almost like the X-Files Monster of the Week, where the Carnival Carnage is the main character, and they're killing. None of that had anything to do with the overall storyline.
I do hate shows like that.
I like it. I
rely
like
on that, but
no, 25 episodes. You gotta
do it. No, I know, but yeah, it was just different than just them following and talking and dialogue. Like having an introspective. I'm sure there's a word for that, but yeah, just the fact that they wrote that differently is interesting, I think. So I'm okay with it. I'm still not huge on this. I'm not saying, oh, this is the greatest comic ever, but
no, it definitely has its faults. But picking up, that one was a lot more fun than the last couple. Just the car rides and the boop 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 gunfights. No stress squad this week. They're waiting in the wings.
But there's always next week.
That's right. Well, before we move on to next week,
oh no,
let's take a look at the old newsletter in the back of the book here. This one's short and sweet, I think. A little update though. No more jelly nuts.
Oh no, who is that?
We have Sirius Darius Bagfell filling in.
We talked about him last week.
Yeah. Alex Abyss asked me if I could do this month because there are some very serious issues to be covered. And he mentioned how the year 2000 has been very busy. They've moved into a new warehouse. So it's because their old office was almost impossible to work on because there was 10 people always trying to use the 3 desks. They kept fucking... the whole day was just spent trying to answer the telephone.
So this is when they moved from Novi to Farmington.
Yeah, and that was the one they were in all the way till a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah, until super recently.
Yeah. So that's the main bit of news there. This year they also had the Gathering of the Juggalos, which drew Juggalos from all over the world to Novi, Michigan. They said they were nervous about it, but it did so well that they're thinking about doing it every year or perhaps every other year. So that's something that does wind up happening.
Yeah.
They do well and continue on with that.
Do you want to buy your Todd Pettengill?
Oh, is it up right now? I'll get it later.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Bastion Booker?
I already have him.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for checking, though.
Sorry.
By the time you read this, Bizarre Bazaar and Twisted Freak Show should have been in the stores for about 3 weeks. They mentioned that, let's see, they both taken their arts to a new level on these releases. Their influences continue to grow from not only hip-hop, but also rock of many different eras. They point out that People Are Strange. I must not hit record. Point out the People Are Strange song and Let's Go All the Way. And they mentioned that Let's Go All the Way also includes ICP's Psychopathic Records' first band to be signed, Perpetual Hype Engine.
Yes.
So they said, look out for big things from Perpetual Hype Engine coming soon.
I mean, other than just being in the Let's Go All the Way video.
Yeah. So they mentioned Big Money Hustler is finally coming out, and said that they've learned from their mistakes. They figured out how to make a movie, so Big Money Hustler is going to go a lot smoother. That's going to be coming out pretty soon.
Pretty soon.
They do mention how totally forgot about this till I read it in here. They asked if you spotted the 2 promo images to get you ready for this, and I was like, oh yeah, on the back of the Bizarre cases, right? You pop them out, and they had the picture of Putin Stank and
Oh yeah, I guess so.
like behind the jewel case. Isn't that where that was from?
I guess so. I never would have remembered that though.
Yeah, that was the little Easter eggs about Big Money Rustlers, which will be dropping probably next year.
Right around the. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so bad with that time frame. It seems like it was so long after that, but I really don't know.
Rustlers, that came out like 09, 010.
Oh my god.
They also mentioned they recorded videos for Let's Go All the Way and Tilt-A-Whirl.
There you go. That's perpetual hyping.
Yeah. He says, I do not know much about these videos as they are one of the many things that Jump Steady oversees. So not only is he doing The Gathering and the comic, he was in charge of writing the music videos.
Who? I don't know. Okay. No, I don't want to. I don't want to
try to disparage the good goddamn of Jump Steady. Is that what you're doing?
No, I don't want to kill the kayfabe of who's writing it.
Oh.
So we'll just leave it be.
You don't tell me this isn't Serious Darius writing this?
I may be. I just.
I assume these are always just ICP sending these in, no matter what the character is.
Yeah, I think it's just Jay. But who was just saying that the other day? Someone was talking to me about that who would have known, and they're like, "Yeah, that jelly nut shit, that was just Jay."
Yeah, I always assumed it wasn't a real person.
I thought it was like their webmaster, but I don't know.
So, yeah, those are out. Don't know where you'll see them because they might only be on the box, but they're there. This is funny. The last thing they want to talk about is the Psychopathic Records web store is up and running. So they must have copy and pasted here. It says, by now the store should be up and running. Put this comic down and go to hyperlink http psychopathic records ws. Then again it says the link to the website. So
I what you're saying, like the link.
Yeah,
and
so
what
they
it
must
should
have posted the link. Like, you know what this is? This was from
copied from the website.
So they just pasted the website in, so it has like the actual hyperlink link, and then
the title,
the title that was pasted. So
that's hilarious.
That shows up 3 times on there, which made me laugh. And at the very bottom, you have a little note from Chaos. It's in a different color font. And they mention, just like the Gathering of the Juggalos, we have the annual Chaos Fiend Fest every October. So letting you know that that's coming next year. And they have a picture of, I think, 3 Chaos employees dressed up as Juggalos down at the bottom there.
That just looks like Jamie Madrox.
I thought it was just 3 people outside of the Gathering, but it says... and meet the creators and talent that makes the killer loot. Of course, some Juggalos always stop by for some Eminem bashing. It's all about Dre.
It does not say that. It's all about Dre.
Yeah, so that's the guys at the bottom here. LR, Robbie, a.k.a. Schizo, Noid, and Reaper.
It could be our boy Schizo.
Could be. He's eternal. He just looks the same age forever. So that's the news. Straight from Serious Darius Bagfelt's pipe.
And now the news. That is pipe. All right.
Yeah. That was fun.
It was fun.
We almost lost it for a second there.
Lost what, everything?
Yeah.
Well, there's still time. We may be doing this twice.
We did lose the feed for a second there.
Yeah, we could have lost the whole feed,
yeah.
Right? But we're here, and hopefully this is all going well. Everything is just cursed lately. We need to take a break, I think, because I don't know what's going on. Everything's not looking good. But it's okay. We'll get this up and running, and I'll get my sheet back here, and we will wrap this boy up. Are you ready to kind of put this to bed?
Yeah.
All right. So if you haven't already, go follow us on all social medias, Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Those are all at Juggalo RWD. Don't forget, wherever you listen to us, to rate, review, and subscribe.
That's right.
Because we want you to get us every Thursday morning. Don't come looking for us. We'll come looking for you. Mm-hmm. Hit that subscribe button.
Sometimes we sneak in a little early.
So once or twice.
Yeah.
But usually it's just Thursday morning, 6 a.m., or as close as we can
Very
get it.
early.
Well, I don't know why I do it that time. Just hoping people get it before they go to work.
There's a few people who've commented they enjoy getting it on their route to work or having it there ready for work. So
that's why we do it.
You're doing the Juggalo's work.
Doing the Lord's work here.
Dark Carnival work.
If you would also like to help us, share with a friend. Tell someone, whether current Juggalo or ex-Juggalo, or not a Juggalo at all.
That's right.
Spread the word. That's how we get big and plump.
Plump. Like Jay when he's hitting on the one little clown.
Yes. Apple Music, Spotify, Podbean, Google, anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can find us, or you can find us on YouTube if and when these videos actually work.
We're almost caught up. Got a couple more. This will be live probably the next day.
I'm sure it will be. You can contact us numerous different ways. If not on social medias, you can always call us or text us at 810-666-1570, or you can email us at juggalorwd@gmail.com. Leave us whatever you want. We like to hear from you no matter how we get your information. If we get some good stuff, we'll save it till the end of the year, or as you've heard, we'll have it at the beginning of different episodes. Website, still chugging, juggalorewind.com. Also, don't forget to check out all the other podcasts in the underground podcast community, which includes Twisted with Us, Juggalo Judgment, which is doing the Zool recap.
I did see something about that, yeah.
And then the underground table. So lots of good stuff there, including the Discord. So go check us/them/everything out there.
Not part of the community, but friends of ours also. Deck Wendell, shout out to them. I made their Halloween playlist.
Oh.
Not me, but my choice.
Oh, what'd you pick?
The Stop, Look, and Listen. It's Halloween from Halloween Kills. When Big Johnny is smoking his joint and he's dancing. Do you remember that scene?
Kind of.
He's playing it on the record player. So I spotted it. I seen they asked for it and I threw it up there. So I seen they're doing it live, and I was the closing track. I picked the ballad. I felt good about that.
Good job. Actually, when they were doing that episode live, I jumped in and was watching.
Yeah.
And they went on for like 5 minutes talking about us.
No, really?
So
Nice.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff on there. They were talking about doing a show recapping our show, like we recap. So it was
Nice.
funny. It was a funny little bit for a couple minutes. So go check them out as well, and I may be seeing them at New Year's Evil.
Ooh.
Me and Pittsburgh Steve get to go there.
Nice.
So that's coming up. We also have Hallowicked and Fright Fest and everything around that weekend. A bunch of people we want to hang out with, and we may have some surprises. So
In the air.
and then other stuff going on, but you know where to find us.
You know who we are, and you know where we'll be. You don't know why we'll be there.
No, definitely don't know why we'll be there. I think that's it. God, we've talked a lot. This was a long episode, but
Yeah. It's all about Dre.
it is all about Dre. And this is going to get put in the books because next episode is another doozy. So we need to get our rest, and we'll be back next week.
Yeah.
We may not be back, but our alter egos with bandanas and black trucks may be back.
Oh, we should dress up like that for it.
We got this in the bag. All right. Happy
Something
Halloween.
will be in the bag.
We got this. We will see you next week.
Yes.
For the EP.
The EP.
Jesus. All music played in this episode and in this entire season is owned by the respective publishers and copyright holders and is reproduced for review purposes only under fair use.
The greatest Juggalo podcast to ever fucking exist.
This show is a member of the Underground Podcast Community. UPC.
Ain't nothing but a bitch.